So in my own case, it's like either Oxford or nowhere. Because so far in this country, like Oxford is the only university who has this kind of precise research center, which is focused on internet studies, but at the same time provide this kind of master courses. So like this is the unique, the only place for me. What I'm studying here is the social science of the internet, which is a master degree. So I know the title kind of confusion. What does it mean? It's the social implication of the internet. So basically, how does it influence the society in terms of economy and politics, culture, this kind of thing. And for my future career, my plan is that I can stay in academia. Of course, eventually I will go back to China. But become a lecturer, a professor, a researcher in the area. That's my plan or my hope, my dream. Yeah, it's quite interesting because when I first time applied for the university here, I didn't know much about those 39 colleges. So I left the college option open. Other reasons I want surprise in my life, right? And the other things, all those colleges are good. Whichever I will be allocated, I would not be disappointed. But the thing is that when the day I received the offer from St. Hugh's, I was really delighted because one of my idols, which is Aung San Suu Kyi, she attended my college. So finally, me and my idol will have something in common, our college experience. So I'm really, really happy. Like now I'm a part of St. Hugh's. In terms of my experience, and we have this kind of system called the common room. Like for graduate students, we have this middle common room. So basically, it's like all scholars or students who are organized into groups. And for graduate students, we have a middle common room, and we have a committee who organize all those events for us for socializing. That's why even though I live outside college, I never feel disconnected from my college. They always organize like a barbecue party, and every week we have formal dinner, and sometimes we have this exchange formal to other colleges, even other university. Last time I went to Cambridge University. It's an exchange formal with our sister college, which is Clare College. So all this experience is just fantastic. And also, apart from like institutional system like of this group, we have a really physical room there, which is like a living room. Like for me, make me feel like home. We have a TV, and one of my friend donates his Xbox there. We can also like watch movie and play video games after our lunch in the library. It's just to cheer up with other students and to relax. I have this feeling that I kind of change, like especially foreign student perception of Chinese students, because they always have this kind of, I don't know, stereotype or misperception of Chinese students. They think that we are always shy and always like gathering with our own people, don't like socialize with like students from other countries, but which is not true. And we can be very sociable. We love like making friends with students from other countries. And sometimes there's a phrase I heard a lot in the past year in Oxford. They will say that, Meg, we are not very Chinese. But it's like, excuse me, can you explain to me like what Chinese students are supposed to be? I mean, we're such a huge country. Students, like young people, are very diverse. You cannot like generalize them. Even I don't think I'm exceptional. There are loads of Chinese students like me who is like kind of open-minded. We love making friends and socializing. So yeah, I think I agree. I do change a lot since the first time I come here to this country in 2010. But I don't think it's a westernized. People say that I make it kind of westernized. I don't think so, because it's more like I'm become more flexible, adaptable to a different cultural context. Like I know how to fit into this culture environment. So I don't think it's westernized, because there's a part of me still very, very Chinese. It's something like deeply rooted in my mentality. That part of me, the Chinese part of me, will never change. And yeah. I completely disagree with that. We know that studying Oxford is expensive, and it's more expensive for Chinese students because of given the exchange rate. And I have to point out that it's even more expensive for students who are doing social science or humanity. Why is that? Because lots of students doing natural science, they can have a more chance to get funding or from their own department or lab, or they can make money through doing project with their supervisor. But in the case of social science, it's very rare. So for this reason, like if we want to study here, like an external funding is very necessary, like a scholarship fund like COSF. In terms of funding, it's quite interesting because Oxford, like statistically, it's very generous, have the most generous student financial funding. But the thing is that most of those funding is for their home, like a UK or EU students. But for students like me, who is from Asia and China, we don't have lots of options here from this university. And I think like COSF is one of the handful, maybe the only option for me, like in terms of when I apply for this. Our own scholars, every now and then we organize this kind of gathering somewhere where when there's a new restaurant opens, we gather together and to go to check it out. And also like our international chairman, Mr. Pearson, like he organized this kind of gathering for us, like to let us meet his friends, like in his like Downton Abbey like house. Yeah, we have lots of this opportunity to gather. But I think more than that, it's like what COSF means to me. It's like, as an overseas student from China, it's very heartwarming community because I feel that our benefactor, they did not just give us financial support, and then they make us feel that they really give concern and love to us. They concern about their well-being, our experience in Oxford. For example, one of our benefactor, RCD, the first week she organized this afternoon tea party for us to let us, the new scholar, meet each other. And during that session, she also gave us a like informal tutorial about British culture. She wants to help us to like adapt it to this new culture context as soon as possible. Like she teach us like how to like properly shake hands, and her that you have this kissing thing on both checks, and it's something really new. And I think as an Asian student here, this kind of thing is very necessary. But apparently in Oxford University we don't have this class. But luckily we have this our friends like Arasi and Mr. and Mrs. Pearson to help us help us make the most from our experience in each university here. And I can answer this question from the perspective of a student in social science, because really, especially after my 1 year studying time here, I have this really strong feeling that it's not just like our Chinese students need to go abroad. I have this feeling like this academia where they need students, like students from China, especially in sociology, social science. These days, more and more people, like in my discipline, they're interested in China. Everyone wants to study in China. But for ages, China has been studied from a Western gaze. And we need like more people from inside, like insider, get more insightful to contribute to the knowledge of these things. But I think that, as I mentioned earlier, like funding is always the thing, like stop social science students and humanities students from China to go abroad, because it's hard for us to fighting. Yeah, so I mean, if you can help us to go abroad to have this world-leading education, it's not just for our own benefit, it also help contribute to the whole like knowledge of social science about studying China.